We've all felt it. That jolt when the lights flicker, the unsettling silence when the fridge dies, the power grid, the very lifeblood of our modern world is becoming more vulnerable than ever. Natural disasters, cyber attacks, you name it, the threats are real and they're getting closer. We need to be ready, and that means being prepared to survive without the grid, even for a short time. In this video, I'm going to share 8 essential grocery items you need to have on hand before the next major blackout hits. These aren't luxury survivalist supplies. We're talking practical, affordable items you can pick up at your local grocery store today. Remember, out in the wild, preparation is everything. It's the difference between weathering the storm and getting caught unprepared. We're not talking about hunkering down in a bunker for months on end. This is about being smart, being resourceful, and taking control of your family's well-being when the unexpected happens. Let's get to it. Right, let's talk about the big one, water. Out in the wilderness, water is life. It's no different when the grid goes down. You can go without food for a surprising amount of time, but water is non-negotiable. The standard advice you hear is to have a gallon per person per day. Now that's a good starting point, but in a real crisis, you'll be grateful for every extra drop. Think about it. Washing, cooking, even just staying hydrated in the heat of a blackout summer, it adds up fast. My recommendation, double it. Aim for 2 gallons per person per day minimum, and don't forget your furry friends. Pets need a reliable water source too. Now you're probably thinking, where am I going to store all that water? Fair point, but resourcefulness is key here. Start by picking up a few extra gallons on your next grocery run. Store them in a cool, dark place. Got an old bathtub? Give it a good scrub and use it as a temporary water reservoir when the grid goes down. You can even use empty, clean soda bottles. Just fill them up and stash them away. Every bit helps. Remember, we're not aiming for comfort here, we're aiming for survival. And having enough water is absolutely critical. Alright, with the water sorted, let's talk sustenance. When the power's out, you need food that's going to fuel you up and keep you going. Canned beans, your new best friend. Packed with protein, fiber, and essential nutrients, they're a survivalist dream. Black beans, kidney beans, chickpeas, variety is the spice of life. Even when you're off the grid, the beauty of canned goods is their shelf life. We're talking months, even years, if stored properly. Keep them in a cool, dry place and they'll be ready when you need them most. No refrigeration, no cooking required, just open and eat. Of course, they're tastier warmed up. If you've got a camping stove or a way to heat food safely, go for it. But even cold, they'll provide you with the energy you need to get through. Pro tip, rinse the beans before eating to reduce sodium content. Trust me, your body will thank you later. And don't be afraid to get creative. Add them to salads, make a quick bean dip, or just eat them straight from the can. In a survival situation, there's no judgment here. Now listen up, because this next tip is a game changer. Vacuum sealing. It's not just for fancy kitchens anymore. This is about taking control of your food supply and making sure nothing goes to waste when the unexpected hits. Think of it as your secret weapon against spoilage. Here's the deal. Oxygen is the enemy. It's what causes food to go stale, moldy, and downright inedible. Vacuum sealing sucks out all that oxygen, creating an airtight environment that keeps your food fresher for longer. We're talking weeks, even months for some items. Invest in a good quality vacuum sealer. And they're more affordable than you might think, and trust me, it's worth every penny. Portion out your food. Think rice, beans, nuts, even pre-cooked meals, and seal them up tight. Label them with the date, and you've got a ready-to-go pantry that's built to last. Chapter 4. Rice, the ultimate survival fuel. Let's talk about a true survival staple, rice. Affordable, versatile, and packed with energy, it's a no-brainer for your off-grid pantry. White rice, brown rice, jasmine rice, the choice is yours. Each variety has its own set of benefits, so experiment and see what works best for you. The key with rice is to store it properly. A cool, dry, and dark place is ideal. Think airtight containers, Mylar bags, or even just a good old-fashioned bucket with a tight-fitting lid. Moisture is the enemy here, so keep it dry and you're golden. And don't forget about the cooking method. When the power's out, you'll need to get creative. A camping stove is a lifesaver, but if you don't have one, don't worry. You can cook rice over a fire or even just soak it in hot water for a simple no-cook option. Chapter 5. Peanut Butter Energy Dense Goodness. Now, let's talk about a real morale booster peanut butter. It's not just delicious, it's a nutritional powerhouse that's packed with protein, healthy fats, and essential vitamins. A spoonful of peanut butter can give you a much-needed energy boost when you're feeling depleted. Look for natural peanut butter with no added sugar or preservatives. It'll last longer and provide you with more of the good stuff. Store it in an airtight container in a cool, dark place, and it'll stay fresh for months. Peanut butter is incredibly versatile. Spread it on crackers, dip fruit in it, or just eat it straight from the jar for a quick energy fix. You can even add it to smoothies or use it as a base for sauces and dressings. Chapter 6. Powdered milk liquid gold in a pinch. Let's be honest, powdered milk doesn't have the best reputation, but in a grid-down scenario it transforms from a culinary afterthought to liquid gold. Why? Shelf life and versatility. Powdered milk can last for years if stored properly, making it a reliable source of essential vitamins and minerals when fresh milk is but a distant memory. Store it in airtight containers in a cool, dry place to keep it fresh. When you need it, simply mix it with water according to package instructions. Use it for drinking, of course, but don't underestimate its usefulness in cooking and baking. It can add richness and flavor to soups, stews, and even pancakes. Remember, resourcefulness is key in a survival situation. Don't be afraid to experiment and find new ways to incorporate powdered milk into your off-grid diet. Chapter 7. Dried fruits, nature's candy with a purpose. Craving something sweet? Ditch the processed sugary snacks and reach for nature's candy dried fruits. They're packed with natural sugars, fiber, and essential vitamins and minerals, making them a healthy and satisfying snack that will fuel your body and lift your spirits. Look for unsweetened varieties to avoid added sugars. Raisins, apricots, dates, mangoes, the options are endless. Store them in airtight containers in a cool, dry place to preserve their freshness. Dried fruits are incredibly versatile. Eat them on their own for a quick snack, add them to trail mixes, or incorporate them into your cooking and baking. They can add a touch of sweetness and chewiness to oatmeal, granola bars, and even savory dishes. Chapter 8. Multivitamins, small but mighty nutritional insurance. Finally, let's talk about a small but mighty addition to your off-grid grocery list. Multivitamins. Even with the best intentions, it can be challenging to get all the nutrients your body needs from food alone, especially during a stressful situation like a blackout. Multivitamins act as a nutritional safety net, ensuring you're getting at least the minimum daily requirements of essential vitamins and minerals. They won't replace a healthy diet, but they can help fill in the gaps and support your overall health and well-being. Choose a reputable brand and look for a multivitamin that's tailored to your specific needs. Store them in a cool, dry place and follow the recommended dosage instructions. Remember, multivitamins are a supplement, not a substitute for a balanced diet. Look, recent events have shown us that the unexpected can happen anytime, anywhere. The power grid is more vulnerable than ever, and waiting until it's too late could put your family at risk, but it doesn't have to be a disaster. By taking some simple steps to prepare, you can face the unknown with confidence. These 8 essential grocery items are your starting point. They're affordable, accessible, and easy to incorporate into your everyday life. Remember, we're not talking about building an underground bunker. This is about being resourceful, being prepared, and taking control of your family's well-being when it matters most. Start small, build up your supplies gradually, and remember, knowledge is power. The more you know about how to survive and thrive in an off-grid situation, the more prepared you'll be when the lights go out. Stay safe out there.